Howdy, y'all. Hope you're having a good week. This is Crafting Sunday. So I haven't done a lot this week because we've been trying to get things around for a couple things at work and then trying to make sure that I have everything ready for when I'm out for my surgery. But I think I'm going to have to... No, I can do this. So I've been working on these, and see those little numbers and those dots? Like there's ones all over, and letter Z, I think, that I haven't done yet. Okay, so they sent me them. They send them in these little bags, all the different little pieces of plastic bead thingies. They sent them all in these little bags, right? Well, there were green ones and white ones that were both labeled with the number 1, and then nothing with the little dots. So those little dots. Nothing with the little dots. So I'm thinking the dots are ones, and maybe the ones are green, because that would make sense because those are leaves. So that's what I'm going to do, and hopefully they turn out cool. But sometimes I'll do like one whole one, and sometimes I'll go through and do like all the reds, all the blues, whatever. Not usually, but this time I did because of the color confusion. But the more I think about it, that probably is right. Not the Ys, but the ones I think are green. And then the dots are white, and we're going to go with that. And I will show you next week how they turn out. And then I have colored some pictures in this cute little book. I did this in the car on the ferry, waiting for the ferry yesterday. I'm still coloring in Christmas coloring book. Yes, I am. And I can't find the one that I did. It's in here somewhere. Anyway, these are cute. This one I'm going to have to use something different than a crayon. So that one is like really cute. Yeah, I don't know where that picture is. Anyway, that dot game, did y'all ever do this? My dad and I used to play this, and I would lose every time, and it would frustrate me so much. Anyway, so there's that. And like I said, on the ferry yesterday, so we went on a little excursion yesterday to, I don't know why I'm out of breath, I'm anxious for some reason, to go hunting for sea glass, where we went another time. Couldn't find that place, so we ended up going somewhere else to Galveston, and then we were searching, and we ended up going to the Bolivar Peninsula, and you have to take a ferry to get there. But we had a really good time, actually. I could just stand in the ocean and watch the waves for like hours. And I did stand there for like an hour just doing that. The water was a little cold, which made it even better. And we found some shells, and if you give me a second, I will show you them. So I just washed them, and my dryer is very loud, so they're still kind of wet. But we found some cool shells and shell pieces. And then we did find some sea glass at a second place we went down the way a little bit. A couple green pieces, but then we found quite a few brown ones. And then I found some like just cool, like I said, pieces of shell and some bigger ones. I think I'm going to, because sometimes the insides look really cool. This one isn't as like, decorative. So I think I might take some of these smaller pieces and glue them in there. It's tiny, tiny little, can you see that? I don't know if you can see that, but that's like the really thin piece of a shell. I feel like it looks like a wing, which I think is cool. An angel wing. But like that, like this. And put that in there, like that. And just glue a bunch of different ones, and then I could sit it on a shelf like that. I think that would be cool. Maybe this one. Sometimes I also get them, pick them up, and keep them in my pocket like a worry stone. That one would be kind of cool in there. I think it's cool when they have like the little holes in there. And this was another one that I think is a shell. Yeah. But I thought it kind of looks like a wing too. Or Africa. South America? I don't know. Either way, it's pretty cool. And then there's some more of our sea glass. And then the other thing I'm going to add on this is there's the one I think is really cool. Again, kind of looks like a wing, I think. Yeah, so in the background, there's Criminal Minds and my dryer. Anyway, but I recorded the ocean. See, I think the inside of this one's kind of cool. I have ADHD, can you tell? I recorded the ocean, so I'm gonna add some of that on there just in case anyone else likes that stuff too. Hope you enjoyed my ocean. I record it so I can listen to it over and over and over again. And as always, that's kind of cool. If no one's told you I love you today, I love you.